First and foremost, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kwakadash. Double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone, who rule well over all of Israel in these days and time, in these last days and time. Okay, in this lesson, I want to go into the God complex of Esau Edom, the red man who the world ignorantly called white. All right, so I had to pull up the meaning for God complex, right, in Google. God complex definition. What is the meaning of God complex? A noun, psychology. A condition that one is infallible. All right. Merits special attention and privileges not enjoyed by other people. Who does that sound like? They even got a phrase for it. I don't really want to say it because I got to be real careful on this channel, all right? But you know, certain privileges certain people got in the world, even though those privileges are being taken away, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai of this word going out, and can achieve anything one wants, and that's the ability of the elite of Esau Edom. They can achieve anything they want, on down to their children, and they feel like they're going to be in this situation or condition forever, right? But they have been deceived. Matter of fact, all right, it's devil and his God complex. Let's go to infallible, right? Because it says a conviction that one is infallible. The etymology, infallible. Unerring, error-free, unfalling, faultless, flawless. And we know that not to be the case with Esau Edom, because he's totally adverse to the Most High. Even to the point where he put himself as, you know, he sitteth in the seat of the Most High. You know, he has a God complex. He's been ruling this world with a God complex on the left-hand side, and wickedness, right? He doesn't reference the Lord, you know, in all the lands he have made subject unto itself. They don't promote any truth. You know, they don't promote the names of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So you know these people are not the ones, especially, you know, the higher ranking ones. You know, they'll get their benefits from, you know, casting down all the other nations of the world. You know, stealing resources, women, so on and so forth, making slaves out of people, left and right. Infallible. I'm going to go down here because I found something. What is the root word of infallible? Interestingly, infallible derives from the Latin, not fallar, deceive, okay? And that's exactly what this guy is. He's the personification of deception. You know, the devil, the accuser of the brethren. All right? I got one scripture I'm going to pull up. I'm just going to go into that scripture. And on the side, I'm going to pull out, you know, some more scriptures that's going to, Lord willing, back up and make this lesson edifying. Okay? In Isaiah 47 is written, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Right? Virgin daughter of Babylon, also known as AKA America. This is not Neo-Babylon or ancient Babylon. It's the virgin daughter of Babylon, because she hasn't been touched, you know, with war from any other nations until, you know, the near future. I'll say that. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover the locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. When Yahweh shall come back, Yahweh shall come back. He's not going to be as a man. He's going to be in all his glory. You know, all his glorious power. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Verse 5, sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. And with that, you can go to Revelations 18:3, right? Because she has been somewhat a lady. I would call it more or less a whore, right? To all the nations. And in Revelations 18:3, it says, for all the nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Speaking of America, you know, through trade, through commerce, right? Through allowing her military forces and bases to be set up in other countries, you know, particularly through the UN. And, you know, they have U.S. embassies, you know, all over. Right? Again, verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. In Revelation 18:3 again, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right. Over the years, believing in her philosophies, her democracy, the financial and business arena, right? Everybody has to wear suits and ties. You know, there's a standard. There's a culture, you could say, a culture that Esau Edom through America has presented to the whole world. You know, during the different world wars, you know, you had it's a movie where called the Last Samurai, I believe, right? And it shows you in that particular movie how, you know, some of the, I don't know if that was Ammon, I believe it was Ammon, the Japanese, right? That they were going to war with. Yeah, samurais are Japanese. Yeah, samurais are so-called Japanese. So-called, right? And they would hold councils, and the prominent so-called Japanese or Ammonites of the time, that they were not traditional. They were going against even their own traditions to be a part of. Go watch the movie. It's called The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, I believe, right? And they, the heads of the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, they were making deals with America, you know, for money, military, and all of these things. And they actually turned on their own people. And the higher ups the higher ups of Japan that were making those deals, they were dressing in suits and ties, right? Taking on the customs of Esau Edom. All right. Let's go down to verse 6. Verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them unto thy hand. Okay. And who are the people of the Lord? Israel. He said, you of all the families of the earth have I known, and none else. And for your iniquity, roughly paraphrasing, I'm going to punish you, right? And what was that punishment? You know, he took us out of our homeland, out of our inheritance, and put us into the hands of the other nations. And Esau Edom being the last of all the other nations that's been ruling over us, as is written, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We're in his hands right now. Read Deuteronomy 28. It said, we would go to the 68. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. We were go into slavery, and we would call on other gods, and no man will redeem us. And also in 28, it goes that it's written that I forget the verse at this time, that we will have to go to our enemies for the want of all things. All right. Verse 6 again. I was wroth with my people. I polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke. Even to this day. All these people, older people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, and the speckled bird got to be 80 years old. 70-something years old, still working at Walmart, Walgreens, going through all type of physical ailments. Some people I come across on a daily basis, and it's just, this is the truth. The Lord's word is infallible. Okay. Matter of fact, I think I had that. Let me pull it up. See if I can get it. Infallible, right? Yeah. Because it should be, yeah. Here we go. Why is the word of God infallible? When we say the Bible is infallible, we mean that the Most High's word is incapable of error. And that's the fact. That's the fact. Okay? So this prophecy hasn't happened yet, but it's coming into play day for day, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. All right? Therefore, Salakia, let me go back up to verse 6. Verse 7. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter day of it, the latter end of it. All right, the times that we're coming into right now. All right. Therefore, hear now this: thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. Right. And a lot of these so-called Americans, they dwell around here carelessly. They don't care about what's going on in other countries. They don't care about the word of the Lord. They don't understand the ramifications of everything that's going on around them. They're stuck in their bubble. And that's a beautiful deceptional tool or trick of Esau Edom through his media or medium, which is spiritual. It goes into like mind control, the commercials and TVs, people, have an impulse on being of consuming things, being consumers, consuming things based off what they see. Commercials that go on and on about baking on everything, baking inside everything, defiling the people, and mainly the people of Israel. That's what it boils down to. As long as you can cause Israel to go off, Esau feel like he gonna rule forever, which is a God-like complex. Him exuding his God-like complex. But at the same time, the water Yahweh Shah Shah for Yahweh Shah, for the Savior of Israel, the Redeemer, our attorney, our intercessor, and that's why his name is very, and these names are very important. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because these names is what is breaking this system down, one brick at a time, one day at a time. Verse 8 again. Therefore, hear now this: thou that art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Salakia. I think I want to go back. I want to go back up. Let me go back up because I got a precept for. Where you go? Oh, no, it's coming up. It's coming up. But let me get that precept first. Yep. Salakia, family. I kind of threw myself off. But we got it, though. Verse 8. Verse 8 again. Therefore hear now this, that thou that art given to pleasure, that dwell carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Right? Who else said that? Who else said that? Who said that first? Who said that first? See, they think we tripping. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But what did Esau say? Right? Let's go back to Esau and his big mouth. 8. Therefore, now hear this. Thou that art given to pleasures, Esau, that dwell carelessly, America, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's that pride. That's the Lord. The Lord said that in Exodus 20 and in Isaiah, Exodus 20 and 3 again, thou shalt have no other gods before me. In Isaiah 45, verse 5, he say, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I gird thee, though thou know me not, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and there is none else. So this man, he took on that God complex. He took on this God complex. But slowly but surely, he see his demise coming into fruition. So coming down with great wrath, what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. And he's been deceived, though. As it's written, when he start, roughly paraphrasing, when he start to fill his belly up, that's when he's going to be surprised. That's when the Lord going to raise up a standard, when they come in like a great flood. All right. Verse 9. No. Verse 8. I got to finish this. That saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. On the contrary. Right? Verse 9. Why now? All this time. Can you give me 1 minute? I'm doing the lesson. All right, thank you. For thou hast, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in a day. The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All the sorcery, the drugs, the drug centers, CVS, Walgreens, so on and so forth. Even the medical profession. How is so many hospitals in the world, but everyone is so sedated, right? People are sedated. there's no they're physicians of no value, right? They don't heal anything. And America and all these other countries that fall after America has been making money by killing the people slowly. And y'all still want to deal, y'all still want to live in this? Y'all still think is something's going to come out of this? You don't think that she deserves to go down? On the contrary, she will. All right. Is that in Revelations? Right, in Revelations. I don't get that yet. And one day, it's in Revelations. I know we got it. It's in Revelations. Salakia family, give me 1 minute. Bear with me. Let me jump down to verse 10. If I can, I'll just do another extended version on this. Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Right? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. All right, getting that big head, right? It said with knowledge, one puffeth himself up, and they thought that because the Lord gave His people over to them, in slavery and everything like that, that they were doing the right thing. Let's go to Psalms 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one, as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. You're the basis of men. You're going to be put right back in your position, where you're supposed to be. All right. Revelation, right? Going back to that, in one moment, one day, Revelation 18 and 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, which means nothing. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by the reason of their costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. And no one is ever going to inhabit in America ever again after that. She's going down. For all of her wickedness. And all the countries around, all the surrounding countries, over there in the so-called Middle East, they're going to see her burning afar off. And they're going to say in 1 hour, that great city has been devoured. And everybody's going to see it. I like to pull up Daniel chapter 7, pursuing in that, because, do I have it? You can go to, do some research for yourself. Daniel chapter 7, right? And pull up KJV, Daniel chapter 7, as for the rest of the beasts. Just pull that up for yourself. As for the rest of your beasts, the rest of the beasts, they're going to have, their power is going to be stripped from them. At that time, it's going down. It's going down. The whole beast system, Esau, Edom, his kingdoms, right? Because, he's not just over here in America. He's over there in Russia, Britain, you name it. These are the head or the kings of the world at this time, until Yahweh shall return. And the Lord going to tell them this, verse, what was that, enchantments, besides me. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. Off guard. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now in thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So it be thou, Salaki, if so, be thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counselors, or counsels, all around the world. All around the world. All the kings of the world in these days and time, which are under the banner, I'll say, of Esau, Edom, their counsel, they're wearing themselves. They don't know what to do anymore. The system is going down. Period, point blank. You know, the countries, the citizens are rising up against the authority, and it's just getting closer and closer. To elect Israel, endure, Yahweh Shah Ratazah, endure. Because we almost there. Let now, verse 13 again, let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants, okay? All the other nations, the rest of the beasts. From thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. All right, and you can find that in Revelation chapter 13. And I do got it, Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7. Slakia. Daniel chapter 7. And I'm going to just jump to the point. In verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. Speaking of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, right, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season in time. Because they're going to have to go into captivity. They're going into slavery. Starting with the upper echelon of Esau, Edom. Okay? In Revelations, what did it say about that? Revelation 13. I'm going to go to, let me open this up. After 9. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay? I'm going to just leave off on there. Hopefully this lesson is edifying to the elect of Israel and encouraging and inspiring to keep the faith, the patience of the saints, and on until Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah return. All right? With that, let's close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Kwakadash. Double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Again, I hope this lesson is edifying to the body of Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Kwam Yasharallah and Wa Abba Babal.